Hey guys, it's Chef Spalding back with another video, and we are here at Mississippi. We're going to be going over a few different lures. I've been asked by a couple people to show them how to use them properly and for you to learn if you do not know. So I'm not even going to go on a boat. I'm just going to go right off the pier over here. Let's get right into it. First off, we're gonna do the buzzbait. The buzzbait's very straightforward. There's a couple ways of doing it, but the best way, or not the best way per se, it is very effective overall, but it's literally reeling it in. That's it. That's all you got to do. Cast it out, reel it straight in, speed 1 for the smaller fish. They'll come up and nail it. If you look at it, it's got the little spinner up top. It makes a nice vibration in the water. Fish love it. They come up, attack it. We may catch one, we may not. This is a weird spot to be fishing, but I wanted to just show you overall. Oh, we do get a bite. There we go, fish on. And looks like we got a snook. So, nice and easy. Super simple. Another way of doing it is doing your twitch motion. So we'll do a speed 2. And you hold the rod back. And 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And when you get in this motion, sometimes you need to slow down the twitch. Sometimes you need to speed it up a little bit. It all depends on where in the water level you are and how long you need to hold it down. You can see I don't have a very good presentation because the water is really shallow over here. But you can present it like this. It's really effective for those lower end fish such as flounder or drum that like to stay at the bottom. Is working that mid to lower, or for snook, for tarpon, permit, stripers, working that top to mid zone. Let's see if we can get one on deep water over here. A little bit deeper, make it a little easier to do presentation. So deeper water, so speed 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And if you start losing it, you can kind of just work it a little bit till it goes down a bit, or you can hold the rod down. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It's not a very effective way of doing it, but in certain days you'll find that they do really love this this presentation. Doesn't always work very well. My favorite one is that first one that we used across the top, but flounder tend to love, and reds and black drum tend to love the stop and go across the bottom. Super easy. We're not going to do speed 1. We're actually going to do speed 2 to really get that vibration off the lure. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I don't get a 3 dot off this very much. It's usually in between 1 and 2. But it has seemed to be very effective for catching those right off the bottom. See if we can get one here. Not always going to catch one. I'm not going to sit here and try to fast forward through the video, nothing like that, until I catch one. Just not the way this works. It's not the way I plan on making my videos. It is fishing, it's not catching, so it's not going to work every time. And this is a very easy spot for me to show you how to do it. So that's the 3 different ways to use a buzzbait. Another way you can do it is adding a some type of soft bait on the back end, such as a nymph works very well in Mississippi. Other places like craws and larvas and worms and things like that, you can put any of these on the back end. They really enjoy it. But for this one, we are on a sunny day, so I'm going to go ahead and put I'm not going to cheat with the X series nymph. I'm going to go ahead and put the white nymph on the back. And we're going to go ahead and try that again. And you're going to see the difference in presentation by me just adding this nymph. It adds a little bit more weight to it, but at the same time, it makes the bait a bit longer and more aerodynamic. So instead of speed 2, I'm going to use speed 1 in this, and just do a constant, almost a twitch, and really work it through. You can also switch that up to what we were doing before, speed 1 though, and really let it just work the bottom area with that. And you can see we're getting a lot more presentation out of this than we were with just the buzzbait, because it's got almost like a rudder on the back, like a boat, you know? It's got something keeping it from flying up just by itself. So this is really effective out there with the flounder and stuff. I'm not going to ride all the way out there. We're not here doing a Mississippi video on how to catch this fish or that fish or what's best. You can also do the 1 speed, but as you can see, it goes very, very slow, so we'll kick it up to 2. Really get it buzzing through the water, flying across the top. And looks like we got a permit that hit it. A lot of noise, thing came running and just slapped on it. So next thing we're going to do, since we've covered the buzzbait, we're going to run back over here to the back and we're going to throw on a bass jig. Bass jig, by now you should know how to work, but I'm going to go ahead and cover it anyway. If you are a new viewer, obviously you don't know how to work it, so we're going to go over different presentations. We'll probably end up catching some stuck through here, but that's okay. I'm going to throw the bigger one on, just in case I do hit a big one. We're not sitting here fighting it forever. This is X series one, it's one I had with me, but decided to do the video since I was over here. The first one we're going to go over is your typical straightforward stop and go with this. Okay, it's exactly like the buzzbait, but it works differently. I'm going to throw it out there. It's going to be on the bottom. When you're in Lone Star, if you're watching this video, you're starting off, this is going to be mid-water. And the bigger, higher weight jig you have on, the more it's going to want to stick to the bottom. Don't worry about it sticking to the bottom. Just work it. Get comfortable with getting your twitch going. Once you get twitch going, it's going to really be working mid-water when you're using a smaller rod. I don't think something's going to hit it. I do have a smaller setup that we're going to throw on with something more like what you're going to be using in the lower levels. But, you know, just, you're not sitting there and just kicking it. You're reeling it in, you're hitting it. 1, 2, 3, hit. 1, 2, 3, hit. 1, 2, 3, hit. You know, you're really letting it make its action, and then you're letting it brew a little bit for that fish to come up. You're giving it an opportunity to come up and actually hit the bait. Right, there we go. So here it is on a smaller pole. Should be able to get it up off the ground. Maybe not, because it's a little shallow over here. 1, 2, 3, hit. 1, 2, 3, hit. You're really letting it just bounce up a little bit and bring it in. That gives that fish the opportunity to come in and smash your bait. If you're sitting here doing this, what it's going to do is you can still catch some like this, but what happens is it's not giving that fish a real good opportunity to come in and actually nail that bass jig. You want to slow it down and just present it. Again, I'm not here to catch fish. I'm here to show you how to do these things properly. If we catch one, we catch one. If we don't, we don't. Another good one presentation is your 2-speed twitch. This one works very well. Hold the pole back. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. What you're trying to do is you're trying to get that bait to stay mid-water. It's super shallow over here, so it's really hard to show it. I was hoping to catch one, but if we do, we do. If we don't, we don't. But you can see we got a little bit deeper water. Really just moving it through the center. Speed 2, keeping it back. If a fish does hit, it's automatically going to be on if it takes the bait. Now, you can get thumps on this, but it doesn't guarantee that you're going to get the fish. But if it does take the bait, you're not having to set the hook because it's setting itself on the hook. And then another great one. Today is a sunny day, so as you can see, that buzzbait was hit very quickly. For partly cloudy and cloudy days, what a really good one's going to be is your stop and go across the bottom. So stop and go, 1, 2, 3, stop, 1, 2, 3, stop, 1, 2, 3, stop, 1, 2, 3, stop, and it's just going to be continuous. Stop and go, stop and go. If you're doing it too fast, if you're not reeling, if you're reeling too slow, it'll let you know by dots. If you're reeling too fast, it'll let you know by dots. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, we got one on it. Didn't lose presentation yet. We might have a fat boy on here. This could be a fun one. This video just went from 12 minutes to 18 minutes. Now, when you get something of size with a smaller pole, okay, we could be in trouble here. This might be a permit or something. When you get something of size with a smaller pole, when they start running, stop reeling. Because what happens when you stop reeling is that line is doing its job. It's fighting that fish. If you're reeling, you're literally just opening the spool and you're letting it take line. That's how it works on the game. It's not how it works in real life. Typically, you'd stop reeling, or you're sitting there reeling and it's still spooling out. But in this, you stop reeling, it's still going to take line, but it's really it's using the weight and drag from your rod and reel to really fight that. Looks like it's a decent sized snook. Could be a gar. Might lose the bass jig. Can't really tell what it is. It's looking like a gar. So we could lose it. We'll see very soon here. I don't have a titanium leader on. But don't worry about that right side unless it drops all the way down. You're more looking at the full meter itself and seeing what it's doing. When it starts running at you, if you lose complete line, you're going to turn around and you're really going to gain ground on it by turning around so it doesn't drop the hook. Oh, that could be a snook. Hope this video is very helpful. Hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions or comments down below in the box would be the place to put it. If you have any questions you want to ask me in person, I do stream on Twitch Tuesday through Saturday. Some Sundays and Mondays, it all depends on time. This could be a striper as well. That's a snook. Feel free to drop by at ttv_Chef Spalding and ask any question you got. Oh, we got a trophy common snook. It's a nice fish to end this on. Hopefully I covered the basics and what you were looking for in this video. If not, if you have any other question on how to maybe work it a different way, or you're having troubles trying to figure it out, do put it in the bottom. And I usually check it daily, sometimes every other day, sometimes several times during the day. It all depends on where I'm at, what I'm doing. So other than that, have a great day. Thank you for watching the video, and tight lines.